my friends. Welcome back to my channel. So I know that in the last video, I said that I was probably going to do a journal page, but I had so much fun playing with my color pencils on the last videos that I don't know. I had my journal stuff out and I was like, okay, let's do a journal page. And I wasn't inspired. I wasn't into it. And all I wanted to do was break out and do some more flowers. So that's what we're going to do today, because I'm just going to, now at this point in my life and yeah, pretty much at this point in my life, I've decided I need to start doing what's good for me, what makes me happy, and just go with my, the things that I'm in the mood to do. So that's what we're going to do today. So this is my apple blossom pen and ink drawing, and just like the sunflowers that we do last week, there is a pair of two different flowers together in one download. Each one is a single, so I think, and I hope I'm right. I can't even remember what I put this with. So anyway, both of them are singles, and then there's another one where they're together on the same sheet. So those are available in my Etsy shop, and there will be a link to that in the description down below. Before we go any further, please, if you like the content that you get here, please give the video a like. It makes a huge difference with those YouTube algorithms. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you've seen so far, hit that subscribe button. That would be lovely too. Okay, so I kind of went through my swatch charts, and I pulled out some colors for these apple blossoms, and I tried to just do Prismas, but I was not happy with the colors that I was pulling from the Prismas, so I actually have quite a few Holbeins. But that is why I have these charts. So let's start with this one. So I pulled the Holbein Cherry Blossom. How about that? I pulled the Holbein Cherry Blossom. There's not, you could use Prismacolor Deco Peach. Pay no attention to those numbers. Those are my numbers. But you could use the Prismacolor Deco Peach, which is a little bit peachier, or you could use maybe Blush Pink, which is a little bit darker. Again, they don't have to be the exact colors to get a beautiful results. The techniques are going to be exactly the same, and if you pick something similar, you're still going to have a beautiful results in the end. So okay, so that's that color. And then we have the Holbein Rose Pink, which is, I wrote Pink Rose. It's Rose Pink, but hey. Oh no, that's Prismacolor. Scratch that. Holbein Rose Pink is this one. It's this one. So you could use Prismacolor Pink. I would say that's probably the closest to the rose pink that I will be using. And then we have, what is this? Oh, this is, I think I still need this one. So then we have, I hope this is the right page. This is just Rose. This is Holbein Rose. Is that on here? Yes, Holbein Rose. You could probably use Prismacolor Magenta. If you don't have Holbeins, I would say that would be probably a decent alternative. Then we have Holbein Leaf Green, which is, where is it? Holbein Leaf Green, which you could use, if I didn't have this one, I would probably go with maybe Polychromos May Green or Prismacolor Limepeel is a little bit too grungy and yellow. I don't know. I would just pick something. I don't know that I have. Maybe, no, that's still a Holbein color. Maybe Arctic's Apple Green, maybe. Just pick a pretty green that you like. It doesn't have to be exact. Again, as I said, it doesn't have to be exact. And then we have, oh wait, I might still be on the wrong page. We have Sap Green Holbein, which is somewhere here. Maybe Prismacolor Olive Green, Prussian Green, Polychromos Permanent Green Olive. You know, none of them are quite exact. That's one of the things I do love about the Holbeins, is that they're unique colors to all the other colors that I have. And then I'm also using here, sorry, wrong sheet. I'm also using Prismacolor Prussian Green. I have that pulled out. I don't know if I'll use it. I'm using dark green Prismacolor, which is this one. And I also have Limepeel and Pale Sage pulled out from Prismacolor as well. So that's what I have pulled out. Whether I will use them all or not, I don't know. Then I have some yellows here, which are Prismacolors. I have Canary Yellow, Cream, Sand, not sure. But that's where we're starting, and then if I need to add or leave some out, then I will. So, okay. Oh, and white. I have white pulled out too. So we're going to get started here. I have my pencil sharpener. Okay. Away we go. I think I probably should have sharpened my white. Loud noise coming. Okay. I think I'm going to start with the lightest color. So I have my white and I have my Holbein Cherry Blossom. And we'll just start going. I don't know if I need to add white on here. I'm just going to put a little bit of white on here. And then a little bit of this Cherry Blossom. And I'm going to take my rose pink, maybe. I'm going to sharpen this up a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the rose pink or the rose. We'll start with the rose pink. It may not be dark enough, but I can always go darker. Because I do want to use this color on here as well, and I might just wind up covering up what I just did. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of pink in here. What is this? Rose pink. A little bit of rose pink. Oh, I just realized I need to put a little little guard, little something behind my easel here so it doesn't move. Okay, that's better. It slides if I don't put some. I find those kneaded erasers behind it give it just enough stopping power so it doesn't move when I'm coloring on it. All right, this is Cherry Blossom again. And I'm kind of thinking blend this with white. Blend it a little bit with white. Yeah, I like that. Might be time to get an extender. I don't really need it for if I was doing this on my own, but for the camera, I think I need that extender so I'm not right up on. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I want just a hint of a little darker color right on this edge. So this is the rose, Holbein Rose. I got to admit, it really does feel good to have pencils in my hand again. Colored pencils. Although I don't know if any of you guys saw my fox that I did in graphite. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to do some more graphite drawings. They feel so different than working in colored pencil because you're only working in one color, and you have to do convey all your values just with black, black and gray. But I sure do like it. I'm really enjoying the monochromatic look of the pen and ink but then I like color too, so that's one of the things that's so nice about that kind of, I don't know. I don't want to call it, I'm not going to call it an epiphany, but kind of like when I said to myself, because I was putting so much pressure on myself to continue to produce the same things. And I reached a point where it's like, no, there's just too many other things that I want to do. And I'm going to be 60 next year, which I can hardly believe. Like, how is that even possible? How is that possible? I don't feel that. Not that, I don't want to insult anybody over 60 by calling them old. But, it's when you start getting up there, it's like, holy crap, how did this happen? How did I get to be almost 60? I don't feel 60. But I did realize that, like, when you get up there, I think once you get past 50, your mortality kind of starts to, you start thinking about it, and you start thinking about the number of years potentially that you have left on this earth and what you want to do with the time that you still have left. At least that's kind of how I was. It was like, all right, I just found this, within the last 3 or 4 years. I can't even remember now how long it's been since I started coloring. 3 years, 4 years, something like that. I just discovered this new I hate to call it a talent, but I just discovered this art of this kind, and I feel like I want to do as much and as many things as I possibly can while I still can, because I missed out on so many years of doing it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, I just want to do whatever inspires me to do, whatever I feel like doing at the time. And it's a really lovely, it's been a great thing. I've had a lot of fun learning all kinds of new things. I had a friend of mine who said sweetly, like, oh my God, you can, well, I've had a few people very sweetly say you can pretty much do anything. And let me tell you, that is so not true. I got myself a jelly plate recently, and I have been struggling so much. This is the rose. No, you know what? We're going to do the rose pink. Oh my God, I suck at it so bad. I could spend half a day trying to make papers with the jelly plate. And I'm lucky if I get like 3 decent prints out of it. And it's really frustrating. And I keep going back thinking, okay, I'm going to get it. I'm going to, like, eventually I'll get it. And no, I suck at jelly printing. I don't know why. Something here is bugging me. I don't know what it is. Something's wiggling, which bothers me when I'm working. Sorry, I don't know what it is. I don't know why I can't get it. I can't seem to get the colors that I'm putting down, the choices for those colors. I just can't get them right. And so every print turns out to be just, I don't know, either mud or just really unattractive. And I know about color theory. I know about like using, not mixing warm and cool colors, or, you don't want to mix a red, a blue red with I don't know, I can't think right now. I'm too busy trying to color, but I know how that works. I know that you get mud if you're not careful with different color mixes. And yet when I'm trying to do it on the jelly plate, for some reason, all of that knowledge goes out of my head. Maybe because I feel like I have to work so fast. I don't know. I just suck at it. So eventually, I'm hoping that I'll get better at it and I can show you guys, because it is a really cool thing. If I could ever get it to create consistently some pretty things for me. And maybe I'm just trying to get it, I'm trying to make it work for like what my taste is. I don't know. I can't get it to work right, which is very frustrating. All right, I'm going to use this cherry blossom as the blender for this here. And I think for here too. Again, I don't think I mentioned this. I printed this on the back side of, okay, and then I'm going to use white. On the back side of the Grumbacher 140-pound watercolor paper. The back side is much smoother than the front side. Here, I can show you. So the front side is your traditional, your traditional cold pressed watercolor paper where it has a texture to it. The back side, however, is quite smooth. I don't know how it would be with portraits, because you guys know when I do portraits, I really like smooth paper. But for the florals, it's working out beautifully. I really like it. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why I'm having these problems. Why is it wiggling? I don't know. Okay. Carrying on. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's do some more rose pink. I'm feeling like the medium valued pink, which is this rose pink, is good to put down first, even if I plan on going darker, because it just kind of, again, acts as that slight little buffer so that my my darkest pink, which is the rose pink, doesn't get too dark and make too strong of a mark on the paper. Okay, but in this case, I think we're going to go straight on this edge. And I'm barely touching the paper because those dark colors, you know, they really grab. And then we're going to do rose pink. I think I'm going to do one petal in its entirety at a time, rather than doing all the pink first, then all the rest of the colors. I think I would prefer to work that way. So as soon as I get this petal done, we will switch to the yellows and the greens for this one. Just really barely touching the paper, just kind of really lightly adding this pink color here, and then I'm going to use the white again. So we're kind of blending. The one of the things that I love about these florals, is that I already know that they all really look nice together. In fact, I'm kind of thinking about doing a whole wall of just my pen and ink florals, all kind of framed together with a whole bunch of them. But I've already checked and they all look really nice together. So you could potentially get these, color them, and frame them all together and make a really nice wall display. Okay. Let's see. Let's use, we'll go ahead and do the little bit of this. Again, really light pressure. So we don't want pencil marks. We want this to blend out real nice. Let's do some under here. I think I'm going to add a little bit of this rose. I'm going to come back to this rose pink. I kind of have to live vicariously through all the pretty flowers that I draw in color, because we don't have anything like this here. And I love all the beautiful plant life that everybody else gets to experience, or many of you get to experience. I know that, you know, cherry blossoms aren't everywhere. And I tried thinking, okay, I'm gonna just, you know, I'm gonna draw and enjoy the plant life that I have here. This is the rose. And I just can't. I'm not a cactus lover. I just don't like it. Boy, I had one lady get really nasty with me in one of the groups when I shared the watercolor painting that I did of a prickly pear cactus and a flowering prickly pear cactus. And I pretty much said in the post, which I probably, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have, but I pretty much said, you know, I hate cactus. I hate the desert plants, but, you know, I was happy with the way that the drawing came out, or the painting came out. Boy, did she get nasty with me. I had to block her. I just blocked her, and it was, she was an Arizona transplant. Not that, you know, the transplant part necessarily matters, but she got very defensive of the flora here in town, and pretty much told me that I should just get the hell out of Phoenix if I didn't like living here. So that was pleasant. Alrighty, I am pretty happy with that. I might just darken this just a little bit more. And maybe this just a little bit more. And maybe right here. And I think we'll blend that a little bit. All right, let's do the inside of the flower. I'm gonna pull out cream and canary. Oh, I don't know. What do I want to use? Canary yellow is quite bright, but sometimes I need that little bit of bright. And then I'm gonna pull out lime peel as well. let's start with the Limepeel. Okay, so these little bits that are here between the petals, they are green. They're like the, how do I describe it? I don't know. They're kind of like what's around the flower before it blooms, I guess. I'm going to try and leave as much white in the center of that as I can. I know they're small little areas, but I want to try and make them look as kind of three-dimensional as I can. Sorry about the, let's do this. I know my hand gets in the way if I get too close to the end. Okay, and now I'm feeling like, what do I want to do? I want to darken that just a tiny little bit, but I don't know if Prussian green is the way I want to go. Oops, so sorry. Sorry. I do want to give that a little bit deeper of a color. That's not right. That's not the right color. Let's try the Holbein Sap Green. I think that's better. All right, let's start with, let me just put some cream down and see how it shows up, because yeah, that's what I was afraid of, is that it's just not punchy enough. So let's do the Canary yellow. I'm kind of thinking that I want to pull out a, oh, you know, Espresso comes to the rescue again, I think. Very, very lightly, not putting a lot of pressure on there at all. God, I love that color. Just Espresso just makes everything better. Okay, I am happy with that. So let's move on to the next petal. Alrighty, so we have, let's start with rose pink. And then the rose. And then I'm going to blend with white. take the rose pink. Really light pressure, just glazing this color over, tinting the paper, not really putting down a lot of color here. And then white. I have one of these lovely white pencils that is off core, off center. Hate it when that happens. So, sorry, bear with me. So I'm going to take out my blade, and I'm going to shave off this. Okay, now I have to be careful not to push too hard, or if I'm going to press hard, try and do it a little bit more vertically, because there's a lot of white core showing and I don't want to break it off. So by pressing a little bit more vertically, the pressure is a little bit more even on that core, and I have less of a chance of breaking that tip off. Just blending that pink. Okay, I think I would like to add some of this rose. Just on the tip. And maybe this cherry blossom color on the part that folds over. Maybe a little, maybe we'll blend with a little bit of this too. Okay, that's better. Alrighty, let's do rose pink. Let's make our veins. Okay, I'm going to put some rose, Holbein rose. We're going to do a little bit of that up here. I think I'm going to use the cherry blossom color. It's kind of a peachier color than these two rose colors. All right, and then white. And swirly motions help blend things out better. Let's use, yeah, we'll use white to blend down here too. Okay, next, rose pink. Really light pressure. Let's draw some of these in. I'm going to put this just on the very edge, and I think I'm going to keep this one a little bit lighter. So we'll blend with white. Might need to add some just underneath, kind of like for a shadow. One of the reasons it's important to still use the white pencil, even though the flower is white, in this case, is because I do still think that I plan on putting a watercolor background on it, and I want to make sure that I have colored pencil covering the ink. Once you have kind of a layer of that colored pencil on there, the ink doesn't bleed. Okay, I'm going to blend with cherry blossom. And over here looks like it needed a little bit more blending, so let's just do that. It's better. Okay, let's take a little bit of this rose and just put it on this edge. And maybe in here. Blend with white. Okay. Rose pink. We'll stick with that for this edge. Little bit of rose. Let's do some in here. And then blend with white. I think I want a little bit more of this on the very tip. And then I'll blend that with the rose pink so we don't lighten it too much. Okay, let's do the center. Same way we did last time. So, don't you hate it when the pen, oh, there it is, okay. It's like, I know it's here somewhere. Lime peel. Trying to stay away from the very center if I can. This one is just barely visible, really. Just put a little bit of. All right, and then I'm going to take the Holbein leaf green. Is this really necessary? Probably not. It's just. But I do kind of think that the subtle two different colors looks nice there. Okay, canary yellow. And espresso. kind of down here in the middle. I'm trying to stay away from the little stamen tips. So we're just creating some depth there in the center. But then on the ones that are out here, I want to add a little bit of that on the underside of the little balls, little circle thingies, whatever those are, where the pollen hangs out. Okay. I'm absorbing to see if I want to add anything else. I'm debating on. I just want to try something. I don't know what. You know how when you're going along and you're like, I like it, but it's not perfect. I want to add just a tiny little darker punch of something. And so that might just be too purple. Prismacolor pomegranate. I don't know if that's dark enough. Let's go. I know these are quite red, but I might try Holbein Burgundy. And if I didn't have Holbein Burgundy, I might try Prismacolor Tuscan Red or Color Soft Cranberry or Color Soft Loganberry. Any of those probably would be fine, but I'm going to pull out the Holbein Burgundy. And I'm going to sharpen, so loud noise. All right, I just want to see. Because I feel like what's happening is I don't have enough depth or enough darks on here yet. And even though probably when you're looking at cherry blossoms outside in nature, they're not going to be this dark. That's where your artistic license can come in, and you can do whatever you feel like you need to do to make a drawing better. Okay, so this is the rose. Here's another one that I feel like it needs a little bit right in there. And then I might add just a tiny little bit of this. And then maybe in here. And really, I should just get out my colorless blender, which surprisingly I don't have. But I think this cherry blossom can be used to blend. And it shouldn't lighten the color too much. Okay, more burgundy. I think some right here. I'm not pressing hard at all. I don't want any pencil marks, pencil strokes. I don't want it to, I want to be able to build up the dark until I get it the way I think that I want it. And then I'm going to blend with the cherry blossom. I can already tell you that I am happier. That just that tiny little bit of extra dark is making a difference to my eye. So that's good. I'm going to put a tiny little bit under here. And maybe I'll do this here kind of like the dark lines that I had, where it's kind of representing the creases of the petal, kind of like that. So rather than using black, we'll just use this darker color like that. I want to be careful right here because I do want the top of this one to be quite a bit lighter. So I want to be careful about the blend that goes into that white. Don't want to cover up too much of the white. Okay, I'm much happier now, so we can carry on. I, though, need a drink of water desperately, so I'm going to stop the camera and I'm going to go get that, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I decided to close in a little bit further this time. I'll probably, probably, when I edit the video later, I might zoom in a little bit closer in the first part of the video, but at least for now we're a little bit closer up. So okay, I think we're going to start with the rose pink for this one. And then rose for this one. I know you can't hardly see it. This was one of those pencils when I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I think I tried to use nail polish remover to take off some sticky stuff or something on the pencil, and it totally took off the color, the paint of the pencil. So I went in and painted over it with, I don't know, something, I think paint, and then a clear, because I couldn't stand the way it looked. All right, just a little bit more of this rose, kind of right here. I'm gonna leave a little bit of that white edge. I'm just going to put it right here. And then I think I will blend with, okay, am I going to blend with white or am I going to blend with cherry blossom? Let's blend with white. All right, and then I'm going to take that Burgundy, Holbein Burgundy. Put that there. There, and I might use my colorless blender. Okay, so let's do, I think again I'll continue to start with the rose pink and then add the darker colors on top. So just a nice little light layer of the rose pink. Then the rose. And then I think we'll use the cherry blossom. And more of the rose. And blend with the white. And take some burgundy. And I'm going to use my colorless blender to blend. Okay, let's do some rose pink. Rose. I know, sorry. I don't even know why I bother showing it to you because you can't even see what it says. This is the rose. Basically, it's, if you're going to do this, just pick, you know, 3 or 4 different shades of pink that look pretty together. Different, you know, a light one, a dark one, a medium one. Because the exact colors don't matter. All right, I'm going to use a little bit of this burgundy, right? in here. Okay, let's do this petal here. We're gonna do some rose pink. Do some of the rose. I'm going to blend that with white. And then I'm going to come in with the burgundy. With the colorless blender. Okay, the inside of this one could be a little challenging. How do I want to do that? Let's put down the yellow first. And we could just leave it kind of with the black of the pencil, the ink, but I think I'm going to take this burgundy color and go over it. Really, it would probably be a little bit lighter in there with the light from the sun or whatever, with the light from outside kind of reflecting in there, but I think this is going to be okay, just like this. Okay, one more flower, and then I think we'll stop for the day, but we'll see. Okay, let's go with the rose pink. I might go ahead and go to the next petal. Takes the rose I think I'm going to use a little bit of the cherry blossom up top. here. And then blend with white. We'll keep going, and then I'll come back if I need to deepen it anywhere. We'll use rose pink on this one. And I think I'm going to go straight to the burgundy. Do the cherry blossom. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of this here. Rose pink. Blend with white. And then I'm going to come in with the burgundy. Let's do rose. And cherry blossom. And a tiny bit of the burgundy. So I feel like, and I took my pencil and I added this just so you know, I feel like I wanted to add another petal in here, right in here. So I put a little line right there, and that is what I am going to do. So I'll start with some rose pink in here, and then I'm going to use the burgundy and come in, and it might not even be right. I mean, it might be what's the word, incorrect in the, oh, what am I trying to say, in the actual like look of the cherry blossom. This petal might not, shouldn't maybe even exist, but I just, I just felt like it needed a little something right there, so. Okay, and I feel better about it. Let's do this last petal. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a dark color right here. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with rose pink. So my cherry blossoms with the color on them are a little bit darker than what some cherry blossoms are quite, I think they're whiter. I think they're not quite as deep in color, but I like the deeper color, so that's why I went a little bit darker. So if you want to, you can pull up a reference photo of cherry blossoms and use those as your guide when you're if you decide to color this. You don't have to necessarily follow along with me. Pick a cherry blossom color scheme that makes you happy. All right, I'm going to blend with white here. I want to get this light. I might come in with the rose pink. That might not be dark enough. No, it's not. So let's do I'm actually thinking burgundy. I'm actually going to do burgundy. So right here, just a few little lines. And I'm going to sharpen this, so loud noise. I forgot to give myself some lines here, so. All right, let's do our lime peel. Actually, I forgot the yellow, but that's okay. We'll do that in a sec. Lime peel. Canary yellow. Espresso. And I'm debating on bringing in a more like a really burnt orange. So we'll get this on here first, and then I'll decide. I think I want to put a little bit of the cherry blossom over this raised. Yeah, that looks better. Leaving it white was just a little bit too white. Okay, I'm going to pull out some pumpkin orange. That might not even be dark enough. I'm going to add a little bit of this in here. Whoops, out of frame because I'm zoomed in. So a little bit of this pumpkin orange. And a little bit of terracotta, just I like that better. Okay, so there's one more. I'm not sure if I can get this down low enough. Hey, how about that? Let me just add in some of the pink because this is part of the petal. And then we will call today done and we'll finish up with the leaves and the stem and background on the next one. All right, I'm going to use the burgundy. I think that's just fine. Okay, so there's our flowers done. And yeah, it's good. I'm happy. I think it's going to be really pretty when it's finished. So that is all until I see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Love to you all. Bye.